Sivaka Soda. There are Buddha said there's the Sivaka Soda, the Buddha mentioned 8 kinds of the physical disease. 8 kinds of the physical disease. One of disease made climate change related to the physical disease. For example, at the hot season, hot climate, there's a higher temperature, the higher the hot. We cannot let the higher temperature. We can get some disease, for example, headache, the blood pressure from the higher the temperature at the hot season, hot climate. Nowadays, China also the season, the hot climate, the very hot. We are not suitable to live in our place because of the very hot. Hot made the physical disease, the higher temperature, the higher the hot. So that's why this is we can get the physical disease from the climate change. Some people they got their their blood pressure, the headache from the higher temperature at hot season. So this is the climate is very important because of at the Bidma, a bit cat, we can see that the can say Uruhara. Can say Uruhara. Uru is the most important to support our body and mind, to support our healthy. So some people meet the mood, the rainy season, like the thunderstorms, and cyclone. When they meet, their life is not suitable. They are very bad situations to meet the thunderstorms with the rainy season. So I did the changing of climate. The conservatives they had more greed, more hatred, more ignorance, especially their record, their ethic. Most of people they record ethic, record morality. That's why climate change. So one country, most of people, not only people but also government. They are followed to some the ethics or preset. Climate is very good. Can be very good to support all people and country. The changing of climate, the cause of the record their morality, the ethic, people broken morality. That's why climate change. The cause of it, they had more greed, hatred, anger. Climate changing, they made their more suffer. They will be more suffer. Nowadays, we can see that the world is changing with the climate. So the rainy season also, we can see that our country also meet many bad situation at the rainy season. This is they record the edit morality. So I think that the climate is so there are a bit amount utut can say uru harat. I already said that can say uru harat. This is they're very important for everyone because of people depend on the climate. So let me see the conclusion. Our healthy, our mental health and physical health depend on the climate. The change of climate made the essence of the healthy living, physical health and mental health. Physical health also can care the change of climate. Mental health also the change of climate. So we can choose the suitable place. So if we stay the hot season, that we can move to the suitable place. Or some people say this is this city, this place is very hot, so we cannot let this space. So at the time we can get the same disease from the climate change. So that's why the climate change is made the mood grid, the added, record morality, broken the morality, that will be change the climate. The other change we can get the negative effects, the physical and mental disease. So thank you very much, our brother sister.
Thank you very much, Honorable Pinyasara, for your share your knowledge, your experience, your idea concerning about the climate change in the modern day. Honorable Pinyasara mentioned a lot of from the Tipitaka, like the Buddhist perspectives, how climate happen in this modern day. Therefore, we would like to say thank you, Honorable Pinyasara, for your kind share with us your idea. Okay, now we will move to the second program. Our guest speaker for today is we see only 2%. Another 2% we didn't see. However, in the second program, we invite audience who is with the space for this conference to share knowledge and to ask the question. To go into second program, I would like to invite Honorable Sujita. Honorable Sujita. Hello, Honorable Sujita. Are you there? Okay, thank you. Now, Honorable Sujita, he is waiting to share with us already. Honorable Sujita, he is the one who is studying. Honorable Sujita, he is the one who is still studying PhD degree in the International Buddhist Study College in the IBSC MCU. One of us, Sujita, also is from Myanmar student Buddhist monk. He is very, very well known about the research concerned with the university. Therefore, now we would like to hearing from Honorable Sujita concerned with the topics is impacts of the climate change from Buddhist perspectives. Please, Honorable Sujita, now we are happy to welcome you to speak in front of us, share your knowledge, experience. Please, Honorable Sujita.
Thank you so much, Venerable Mokima, for your invitation to me to give to share Dharma in here. So first of all, I would like to say good afternoon, Dharma brothers and Dharma sisters in here. So today's topic is the impact of climate change from Buddhist perspective. I think that this topic is very deep, right? Very deep. So I love it, this topic, and also very connected with us. So not only for monk or so Buddhist follower, so for everyone. So because of every living beings, it is perfect. It is very related with every living beings. So because the climate is very familiar with us, so we live together in this world. So this is not only thinking about in this time, and also in Buddha time also have the climate changes. So in the Buddha time, you know that story, the Kosala. The story is the 60 kinds of dreams or Kosala. 60 kinds of dreams or Kosala. So in there has also the one thing that the climate changes. So we are very familiar with this story. So even the hot season, the rain is automatically heavily raining. It is climate changes, right? So even the rainy season, but the weather is too hot, automatically hot. So this is a very familiar with in Myanmar. In Myanmar, some place very hot. In some place very heavily rainy. So yes. There is, especially in Myanmar, there is 3 seasons, right? Yeah. Rainy season and summer season and winter season. So especially we feel that, so every hot season, right? There is automatically we that some place rainy, so there is climate changes. But in the rainy season, we feel that there is not perfect or rainy. So it is not that about the farmer. They are working with the rainies. Even without rainies, they cannot get the water to spread their farm. So there is the lack of the rainy season. So and also the winter season. The winter is very hard to cool, but even the winter season no cool that some place. So especially, so we know that the weather is changes. So it is the last year, and the last year we know in Bengal there has a lot of air pollution, right? The weather is changing automatically. Why they research there in Bengal when the weather is where is air pollution? Because they burn their fur. So after they make a fur, they burn it off their fur. So there is have a lot of smoke become out of the air pollution. And also they can research why the air pollution. And after this, we have to follow their display, display. So even we throw the rubbish, so we have to follow the countryside displays. So even without we are not follow the displays, so our surrounding us cannot get smell. So even also people in our dormitory, near our dormitory have their rubbish, bigger rubbish. So now move the other place that we can get there and can get the good air. So there is automatically we know that. So even we follow the disciples, so we can live peacefully. So this is it, the present, I explained that. So, so let me go back again. So for the Kosala, Sekai Sodris or Kosala. So even in there have one thing that in history. So he dreamed and the weather is the rain is nearly have rain, but automatically move to the other. But sometimes the weather is very hot, automatically have rain. So after that he go to ask the Buddha why this. So we have the Buddha explain him. We have to follow the disciplines. So our morality. Even we follow our morality, so we have to peacefully, even without lack of the morality, we will peace surrounding us. Not only the climate changes, but also we have to fear and worry for everything, fighting each other. This is it, the lack of morality, sila. Even without sila, we cannot be anything, but we cannot be aware of anything. So that is why we know that. So every human being have, so in lay people have 5 precepts, and Buddhist man to do service. So in Parajika Atthakatas, so and there is one, so Sota, Sudana. So Sudana. So if you Sudana, so how he record Sila, so bad, no one doesn't know. That only he know. After that Brahma and Janka know everyone's. So because he is record the morality, Sila, so he know his Jankas. After know that Brahma, so everyone knows. So even everyone doesn't know, but our Janka know automatically. So the story is after he familiar with her wife. So after that, so he sorrow, he mistake. This is it, the first parajika, Mituna Dhammas, right? So I mean that even Leko Sila, the monk cannot do everything. It is like a dead man. And without Sila, everything is automatically leak. So not only monk, but also everyone's. So even have we have so keep by ourselves morality or sila. So our surrounding or our neighbor and our country, so it is automatically have peacefully and happily. So thank you so much for your listening. That's all.
Okay. Thank you very much, Honorable Sujita, for your guests and you sharing with knowledge how climate is change, what the problem is climate change. You get with the evidence, with example is like the country like the Thailand, like the Myanmar, and another parts of the country. That is we are very close to us about the climate change. And therefore, we are very, very thank you to you, Honorable Sujita, for you show us directly the real experience, the real knowledge from your learning concerning with the climate change. Now, next, I would like to invite our audience who is participates in this conference video program, Sayali Sutasana. Now I saw one other boss, Sayali Sutasana. She is well known about the Sayali in the Myanmar, and she is now start living in the Thailand. She studied in the PhD degree in the international program MCU Thailand again. So now we would like to listening from the Sayale Sutasana, from his idea, his knowledge, and his experience concerning with the topic is climate change. Honorable Sayale Sutasana, please, we are one welcome you and happy to listening from you about the climate change. Please.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. We hear you very clear and very loudly and very slowly. Okay, please.
Good afternoon, Dhamma brother and sister. Thank you so much, moderator, Venerable Brother Monkema, invitation to me. Today, our topic is the impact of climate change from Buddhist perspective. This topic is very good. I like it. I would like to share my ideas, especially about related to climate. For example, in our country, some people are less green or lower, so Moreover, they have authority, they have chance to their life in our country. So that people get the forest, get a big forest. So forest is very useful because forest prevent the storm and flood. If the forest the forest can prevent storm and flood. So without forest, that region are very traveled, cannot prevent storm and flood. The people who are staying in this region is very traveled. This is because the people or some people are agree or love it. They are desire. So these regions change climate because of love it. According to them, Buddhist perspective. Next, I would like to share another fact. For the modern time, modern people, these many people are use many products and many necessaries because of their robot is height and height, more than height and height. So they want to use always new products. If the people use new products, then the factories produce their products, many products. So there are many factories is cycle and produce many products, and in the sky there are many smoke. There are many smoke is in the sky. So nowadays you can see mega city. Mega city, there are many mega cities are smoke and dust in the sky. So the government, this country is noticed to not to go outside this day, smoke day. This day is very dangerous for old age and children. We can see in the world, modern day, there are climate change because of the love of people. So we should try to let people reduce their agree Robert. How to reduce Robert? We can practice meditation, both insight meditation and tranquility meditation to reduce our Robert, including me. Moreover, we should try to let people reduce the Robert. If the people can reduce the Robert, agreed, no need to desire update products, update necessary, update clothes, update other necessaries. So I would like to share my idea about reducing the robot and we can change our climate. Thank you so much for your attention.
Thank you very much, the most vulnerable Siali, Sudarsana. You are very nice in sharing with idea concerned with the climate change. Vulnerable Sudarsana, she mentioned about the climate change, about the law part is agrees because of the climate change, because of people had a lot of desire, there's a lot of ego, and they need more materials, like the no limit is about the desire. Therefore, this climate is happening in the modern society. Um, she got another to solve this problem. She would like to recommend about reduce desire, ego with the peace. It requires about practice mindfulness meditation and vipassana and samatha. That is very good. Thank you so much, Sri Sutosana, for your nice sharing, your idea, your knowledge, and your experience. Um, Next, I would like to invite the audience speaker, Honorable Kondala. Hello, Honorable Kondala. Are you ready? Honorable Kondala.
Okay.
Yes,
Yes.
so now we would like to hear from the Honorable Kondala. He is from the well-known monk in the Myanmar. She is a meditation practitioner like the Mogok Center in the Myanmar. Now, even though now he is still practice mindfulness meditation in the Myanmar. So now we would like to invite him to listening from him about concern about the climate change. We would like to hear from you, one about Gondola. Please, we are happy to welcome you, one about Gondola. Please share with us your knowledge, your experience, and your idea, one about Gondola. Please.
Thank you very much, Monkema, the moderator, the great moderator. Thank you very much. And good afternoon, everyone. Or my friend. Yes, I have a chance today to talk about how to the impact of the climate change by Buddhist perspective. Yeah, by Buddhist perspective, if they follow the Buddha teaching, climate is not change. It is stable, you know. So that is the impact. Maybe if we use the Buddha teaching, the impact is the positive impact. So that's why if we follow the Buddha teaching, we can change the world to the better than better. So especially in the climates, yeah. Now, yeah, I agree. Before that I didn't listen because of I couldn't join internet. The expensive here as well. When I put no enough with the video call, with the video, with the Zoom, very expensive in Myanmar. So I don't have the Wi-Fi. So after that, I also have not very much time. I have to go to SEMA as well. After finish this one, maybe 10 minutes. So that's why my time. And thank you very much for I got the opportunity to talk the climate change. So I agree the Venerable Amos Shanti, very good view, and then a little bit catch with the Venerable Panyasara. This is a good view, and then a little bit catch from Sudarsana. Yes, reduce our greeting. So another thing is we need to be content. Yeah, that is very important. Because without content, we are greedy person. So we need a content for everywhere. Why? I say this is also Buddha teaching. The Buddha no need money. Not holding the money. And then Buddha always be content. He stay in the forest. He born in a forest. He began enlightenment in the forest. When he passed away, in the forest. when we practice in the forest. So Buddha loved the forestry. So all our disciple, Buddha disciple, we should love the forestry, and we should be content. Yeah, this is the mind is based on content, you know. The Buddha very content, you know. And here, before I walking outside, very tall, you know, the tree in this the forest, very big, because of the Buddha, you know. This is in the downtown of the Naypyidaw, you know, in the Myanmar city, Myanmar, the capital city. But they have, because of the Buddha teaching, they follow the Buddha teaching, you know. If without the monastery, we cannot find that kind of tree in the downtown. So I also intend to rebuild the forest center, especially Vipassana center in the forest. I very like to build in the nature, you know, in a mountain nature under the tree. So I will maintain my forest center, you know, in the Mimyo, 28 acre, you know. So that is still have the forest. So every, you know, every town, every city, every village, we have the, you know, the monastery, but they maintain the forest. So this is the very effect to the, you know, the environment. This is the good energy, get a good energy. So this is the oxygen, they produce oxygen from the forest. So we breathe oxygen, the fresh air. So they absorb carbon dioxide. So we produce our carbon dioxide, they absorb, and then the forest, how beautiful, you know, in the industrial, the products, the emits the carbon dioxide. So if without the forest, the carbon dioxide is still the pollution in the air. So that is the problem, changing the bad impact environment now. That's why the changing. Yeah, but Madam Amos Sambi also said, you know, some part of India, no water because of climate changing, you know. Some, you know, in Singapore, zero water. They import foreign, you know. So in Myanmar, we are luckily, but we need to be, you know, maintain our nature, you know. We need to be maintain, and we need to be content. Don't use too much water if unnecessary. This is also one thing. And then another is the plastic bags and the plastic tin. If the sun recycle, we are very easy to throw away without recycle. This also, we need to change our habit personally, especially our monks, you know. And then we have the many disciples. We need to teach them. So we need to responsible to the, you know, the environment, to changing the climate. So this is, if the changing the climate change, the world is terrible. Now what is the greeting? What is the hatred? What is the violence? And now very, very big, you know, lobha, dosa, moha in the world, you know. In the Western, they fighting, in Myanmar, they fighting each other. And then lobha, dosa, moha, greeting, very high situation now. And, you know, yesterday, last night, I heard the news in the America, in a trolley, 45 people dead because of the immigrants. They come from the Mexico border, pass through with the container. So they don't have any, you know, oxygen. So 45, only this is very hot news. 45 or 46 people dead, you know, inside. Only 16 children or can, you know, they're terrible in the hospital. And then another thing is in the Ukraine and Russia war. Russia struck the rocket, ballistic rockets to the Kiev, the capital city, to the shopping mall. This is the last night. The people, 55 people, maybe 18 people dead, 55 people wounded. How terrible, destroying all. So now the war is terrible. War is, the violence. Not only, I don't want to talk too much about the Myanmar. Myanmar also the same, also terrible, So that's why war is very greedy. We need to reduce. The way is the best way is the Buddha teaching. Yeah, I agree that the nuns Sudarsana, we need to practice to be content. And then we need to practice mindfulness meditation. And then we will be content. Now I stay here. We cannot touch any money. We have to go to pay the butter. And we stay here. If we bring money, any money, we have to be throw to the, when we go back, you can take back. And then for your transportation fee. So no need money. So money is not important. Important is what you practice and what you be content. That is enough for the climate changing to protect the bad to protect the impacts to negative impacts to protect. So will be positive impacts. We practicing more and more. So we need to teach our disciple and to reduce the using the water. Use this. This is the natural water. So that is less and less of our natural resources, and no need to cut any tree. Even but that's why Buddha is put the Pachitya to cut any tree for monk. So Buddha know already that is how protects Buddha. So that's why in conclusion we need to maintain our our morality, our ethics, and then we need to practice our mindfulness for concentration, and then we need to practice vipassana meditation as well, and then to reducing our lobha, dosa, moha, and totally uprooted our ego by using the mindfulness, the full foundations of mindfulness. Maybe the environmental is the better and better and happier and happier because of Buddha said in the Mahasatipatthana Sutta, Sokapri Devanatama Tekmaya Dukkha Domanatana Athingamaya Nyayada Dikamaya, or who practices the four foundations of mindfulness, he will be get free from all suffer, free from all anxiety, sorrow, lamentation. So we will be conquer, we will be achievement one day, and we will be beautiful. We were the people, the beautiful, the environmental. So the better than before. Thank you very much for your pay attention.
Thank you so much, Venerable Kundala, for your very kind with us to share your knowledge, experience. Even though you are very difficult time, you remember us, you miss us, to see us. Wisely, that is very, very important to be remember each other, and also your share is very meaningful for the climate change. On Kundala also very thank you. And now our audience and guest speaker is almost all finished. So now we would like to make conclusion. One about Amu Sandy, one about Amu. One about Amu Sandy, are you there?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Can you, yes, you can say something now before we close the program. Do you have any?
Kama, it is okay. It was very wonderful topic to discuss. And we have shared our knowledge and ideas, even though we are just beginner, because this is environment protection of the environment is such an important topic to discuss and find out the better solution for the world for now and in the future. So now I would like to invite Venerable Monkema to share his idea and experience. Venerable Monkema is a PhD student and a good moderator, very kind. So we are all waiting to listen your precious ideas and experience. Venerable Monkema, please, you're welcome.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, our Tama brother and sister. Very nice to discuss with each other. Remember that our the most vulnerable. Usually I listen to the most vulnerable Dr. Ninisara. He mentioned that discussion is my perfect element to deal with the problem. Reading is my ready-made, and discussion is very much perfect. The people have the discussion. Without discussion, is the people is very ego, very desire the discussion. Therefore, we discussion, practice discussion, very, the real experience to be improved our future. Concerning with this, I would like to share about climate change. Of course, in the modern day, modern time, my brother and sister, we all know that climate change is increasing every day, every time, every night, increasing. The weather is changed a lot in the modern day. The question is why the weather changing a lot? How the weather is changing? When we was young, we see the weather is okay, raining, and sunny it is sunny, and winter in the winter. Now, raining is not raining. Sunny is more than sunny. Winter is no winter. That is how climate change. According to my research, I'm reading so many articles. In the article, they mentioned that the climate change because the human being cut the tree. Most of the human being cut the tree, and they use a lot of plastic around us. They throw away in the river, they throw away in the city, they throw away they throw the trash away around us. That is how terrible is climate, how terrible is our situation. The question arises from the why they do like this. To answer this question is a Buddhist perspective from the desire, from the lobha, from the Western philosophy, that's from the ego of the human being ego. Ego for what? The ego for development. The ego for the materials. When the human being had ego, they cut the tree to develop this, develop that, and the weather is changed, no oxygen, no a lot of pollution that's increasing because of the development. How can we deal with those problems? All of the problem. How can we deal with those problems? Like the Venerable Sujita mentioned here, from the history of the Buddha, history of the Buddhism, the law of the Buddha. He recommend strongly with the government. He is strongly with the people who has a big ego, like the economist leader. The Lord Buddha recommend directly from the ancient time. Even till now, our Tama brother, sister, If we would like to start, it would like to remind the human being to be reduce climate change. We have to contact directly from the UN Secretary, from the from the general here in the United States, along the global leader. We have to contact them to make the law of the country law, to make the country rule. How can we how can we start reduce climate change? Is another thing is to do this, we had to have we had to deal with human being and group of the party, like the party we had to have made a party in different country to reduce climate change. I think without those way, even though we only said the climate change is terrible, even though we said it is, it then doesn't care about the climate change. How do I know? The question came, how you are know that? Because I have been talking with I've been talking with the higher leader, like I have been talking with the economist leader, I have been talking with the political leader in the country, political leader. I have been talking a lot of them. Even though I have been talking then, that is very different from the normal people. Therefore, concerned with this, our topics, I would like to, I would like to, I would like to, I would like to advise our Tama brother and sister, of course, to reduce climate change. And firstly, you have to deal with the government, a political leader, and you have to suggest them to do that. The rule of the law, country law, and you have to contact directly from the government, from the UN secretary, like this. You need to something produced about the law. That is climate change. And from the religion side, we are responsibility to be observe the climate change and to be get them and explain to them about the morality and how we observe the climate change. I think that is very strong argument. And we have to write essay, strong argument essay to the government. We have to write a strong argument essay to the economist leader. We have to write strong argument essay to the religion leader. Of course, one day they were got some idea to deal with the climate change in past. That is what I would like to share with you all, to my brother and sister. Of course, if you only said with the wish, and you said, oh, not strong, what the people don't care. The people complain you. That is what I see. Okay, my conclusion is one conclusion to deal with climate change. Firstly, you had to write essay with the strong argument essay to the UN secretary. You write strong argument essay, an article to the political leader, country political leader, economist, global leader, to the religion leader as well. That is how climate we human beings to be survive with the climate. That is what I would like to share with you today. Thank you so much for your kind listening.
Thank you, Venerable Monkema, for your nice and enlightening speech. So, in order to execute, to work for the climate change, for the betterment of the world, and also for the human being, we have to write a strong essay to the government. Thank you.
Okay, now we will start our program. Is Honorable Sujita. Any idea you would like to? I would like to. You would like to ask? Wanna
Yes,
Sujita, are
I'm
you?
here. I'm here.
Yes. Yeah. Now you would like to say something before we close the program. You would like to add something about the strong argument. Don't be used to waste argument. You need to strong argument like the that
Okay,
is
you can ask. You
yeah.
can ask. Okay. Sorry, what do you mean? I don't hear clearly.
I mean you must set with the strong argument, essay, article, strong words like them. Without this, the problem happen. Without that, the problem happen. You had to say like this. Just
Uh-huh.
only said is yeah.
Uh-huh. Yes.
Do you would like to add something about how do we reduce the climate
Yes.
change?
Even no question, but I would like to share with my knowledge. So I did this. There is a very so rising again. The sphere is and the climate is changes in our surrounding in the world. There are so as the Sudasana said that there is agreed laws. So it's sure that so in this time even we want so there are things that like so there is imbalance. Even we one thing is the one thing is like it is how to say so it's natural we can see that so it is not only in this time but also in Buddha time also so but we have to study in Dharma and more so because of that the meaning of Dharma is the truth so even we study in Dharma so every day is changes becomes better as Venerable Godala said that, right? Even we study in Dharma, the way that is everything is become changing better because the Dharma is can change everything, especially in our mind, right? So because our mind is very easily to broke after that the things there broke as well. It is a podcast that lobha. If we have lobha, every day is what you want. You can be very easy to do broke something there. So that is why we have to follow in Dharma, the real Dharma. So even we practice meditation. So you know that even we practice and when we go to Pachapu, so there is not the same in here, right? Even we go to meditation center and our place is very peacefully, right? We have to look by oneself because we follow the Dhamma, even we cannot live the normal life. We are practitioner. We are meditator. So even we practice meditator, everything is coming better than better. Why? We are practice better the Dhamma. So there is not normal. So even we stay here. So sometimes we like not to stay there with there. We can compare, right? So that is why we have to practice more. So even we know that practice is perfect, right? We need to practice. So that is why. So all of the human beings is making the Dhamma. It is better for all things. So I would like to suggest. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you so much, Honorable Sujita, for your suggestion how we can protect our environment and impact climate change. Okay, now our time to close our program, discussion program. Before we will close our program, we would like to invite our Dhamma brother and sister chanting, in conclusion chantings, pay homage to the Buddha together. And therefore, we are open our muse and chanting together. Whenever I'm Sunday, go ahead, brother.
Arahang Samma
Sammaha
Sambuddho
Sambuddho
Bhagava
Bhagava
Buddhang Bhagavantang
Bhagavantang
Abhivademi
Abhivademi
Swakato
To
Bhagavata
Bhagavata Thamo
Dhammang
Dhammang
Sami
Namasami
Supatipanno
Pano
Bhagavato
Bhagavato
Savaka
Savaka
Sangha
Sangho
Sanghang
Sanghang
Namami
Namami Buddha Sasanang Jirang Ditatu Buddha Sasanang Jirang Ditatu Buddha Sasanang Jirang Ditatu
Sadhu
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 Sadhu.
Okay, thank you so much everyone for we are see together. We are grow at our